Welcome to the New Millennium Culture Podcast. Your hosts are Hurt Alert, Marcel Rivers, King 8, and Just Al. Every Thursday, we will bring you a piece of reality with information on Black culture, news, and sports.
What's good, people? Can y'all hear me now? Am I good? Here we go. Hey, we back, man. My bad. We had technical difficulties, but we are back. Welcome to New Millennial Culture Podcast. We are episode number 33. Don't talk about it, be about it. Let's go. Hey, thanks for everybody that's been tuning in this week. We done had a lot of changes. As y'all can see, I had my own show Tuesday nights. I got something to say. Then y'all seen Big Hurt Talk Sports last night, every Wednesday night. Tonight, of course, you got us, New Millennial Culture Podcast. Yeah, you don't see the whole team here, but they'll be here shortly. Hey, we've been busy, man. We've been busy. Hey, Jeremy, he gonna be back pretty soon. Right now, just having some scheduled conflicts. Hey, his career moving up, man. We wish him nothing but best wishes. That's what we do. Big Hurt to be here tonight. Hey, that's what we do. After our show tonight, we got a new season premiere podcast, Esau Speak, aka Big Speaker. Hey, she gonna be giving y'all all the spill about her life, her truth, her real, her reality. being part of the LGBT community, her life as just being her, man. Hey, we talked to her a lot. We talked about a lot of things. Hey, she coming as real as they come, man. I can't wait. That's going to be right after this, 8 p.m. Central Time, 9 p.m. Eastern Time. Wherever you at, let's get it for sure. Hey, for music, man, let's talk about it, man. Let's talk about the hip hop world. You know, a couple things going on here and there. As we all know, you know, the baby, he's been getting canceled left and right. He made some remarks that the LGBT community was not appreciative, and he was just canceled everywhere, man. Hey, you got to be mindful of what you say. Y'all tell me how y'all feel about that. The baby canceled. He said what he said on the show, and now they trying to.
I didn't get
make
that.
Sure everything
Could you
works
try
out.
again?
So he what y'all think about him being canceled? Y'all think he should be canceled, not canceled? Nas' new project is fire. Nas' new project is he was way out of pocket. Yeah, he was out of pocket. I'm gonna be honest. I watched it. I don't know if I'm being slow. I don't think I don't know. I didn't hear it. I'm gonna be honest. I didn't hear what he was saying, but then my wife would just explain to me like what he was like. He said out there sucking dick or something like that, and then that's when it went just like, so I was like, okay, I see the point. But the only thing is that people feed off of it. That's what my take is. You want to cancel, like somebody made a tweet and it was like, hey, y'all don't cancel all the rappers talking about killing and drugs and all that, but somebody say something about the LGBTQ, then y'all want to jump gun. And I agree. I agree with that. Like, you can't pick and choose who you want to cancel and not cancel because it benefits you. Even though y'all cancel the baby, he's gonna be right back. He's gonna be on top. The man is hot. He's gonna continue to stay hot. I just feel like people they pick and choose on when they want to cancel somebody. I don't think he's ignorant to the situation. I do think he knows exactly what he said, and I think he meant everything he said. But people be so quick to say, "Oh, we can educate him. We can educate him. I'm gonna reach out to him and we gonna talk about this." Like, come on, man. Like, let's be real. Like, the motherfucker knew what he was saying. He don't need to be. He not being stupid to the situation or ignorant. He said what he said. He meant what he said. Now, do I think his apology was sincere? No, but he got to do what he got to do to continue his career. It is what it is. But anyways, but it all boils down to what groups stand up for what they believe in, and they don't play, and they have people in power. That's true. That's a strong community. I will say that. That's a strong community. You gotta be mindful of what you say, or they gonna come for your head. But I wish the baby nothing but the best, man. I hope things work out for him. It is what it is. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna move forward. Hey, speaking of hip hop news update, man, I was talking to Al this morning, man. Just Al. We was talking about an album. Man, huge congrats to Moray. Man, that album was just raw. If you've been through things or you've been trying to relate, listen to Moray's album. It's dope. A couple of my tracks, I like his Big Decisions, Mistakes. It's a hot topic. Also, look at Young Blue's album. Album was nice. He threw me all the way. I ain't gonna lie. I thought he was gonna be a one-hit wonder. He's gonna be trash, this and that. But that album, it hit different, man. I appreciate that album. I definitely like the music that he brought out, man. It was fire. And Owen, you was right. I definitely heard the new Nas project. That mug is fire. Fire. But moving forward with hip-hop news, hey, if y'all ain't seen the Locks versus Dipset last week, you know, everybody know that the Locks held it down. Jadakiss is that dude. Always been that dude. I'm just happy that he's finally getting that recognition that he should have been gotten years ago. That dude is that dude. That we just gonna leave it at that. Had to do his laugh real quick. That's that guy, man. But it was fire. Appreciate it. If you ain't watch it, go ahead and you can watch it on all platforms. I'm not gonna shout them out because they don't sponsor us. So it is what it is. Moving forward, man. So let's talk about the topic today, man. Let's get into it. So what do y'all think? We got Big Hurt coming in, so I'm gonna give him a little second to hop on in. You know what I'm saying? Big Hurt. Man, and you used to listen to Fat Bastard, man. And I don't know who else you used to listen to back in the day. We used to listen to crazy folks. Hey, you already know what it is, though. What season it is. Football, friends, and food. As y'all can see, man, I done lost about 25 pounds. Feeling good, looking good. Y'all see the polo. So we about to get this thing cracking. What's good?
What's going on?
Big Hurt is in the building.
I see you with the hold on, man. I got the all black one on though. You feel me?
Yeah, I feel you. It's polo night. Feeling good. You know when you eating good, you feeling good. It's when like you look at yourself and you see how your skin just shining like shining. It's a big difference. I remember they used to talk about Charlamagne about that, how clear he looked. But people don't understand when you eat good, you get those facials and make sure that your body's taken care of, man. It makes a big difference for your skin and your tone. And y'all know black don't crack.
That's a fact.
So you been doing all right? It's been about a little over a month since we've been.
Yeah, man. You already know, man. We've been working still though.
We've been working. They don't know we got these new shows. Yep. Hey, next Monday, I'm married as fuck. That's gonna be crazy.
It is.
With the Nev couple, I think we'll be talking about being millennials, being married. They've been married for 10 plus years. They're gonna be talking about it all, man. Hey, y'all make sure y'all tune in on that on Monday nights. They're gonna be talking about it all. It's gonna be raw, unfiltered. The whole New Millennial Culture Network is just unfiltered, man. We just us.
Fact.
If you looking to have your own show, you're trying to join something and you're trying to start, this is the place to come to right now. New
NMC
Network. Let's go. We building, we growing, we got more to come. But let's get into this topic, man.
All right. Topic of the week is don't talk about it, be about it.
Woo! Don't talk about it.
And this is a topic that definitely a lot of people can attest to. Is even in the movement now, it's been a lot of talking and this and that and blah blah blah. But where is the action? Where is the action? We always talk about it, but to actually put actions behind it, it don't happen. It doesn't happen a lot. Really, King Gate. But yeah, man, we don't have the actions behind our words. We always talk about stuff, plan stuff, have meetings and this and that, but we don't follow up. We don't put it into action. We don't, do whatever is necessary that needs to be done for, the outcome that we talked about or have in mind.
Exactly. We have, all these things that happen to us, the injustice system, job market, the way that the people of color are treated. But, we always have these debates. We had debates about who's right, who's wrong. This person was right, he was wrong. But we don't talk about what can we do that's going to change so this doesn't happen again.
Exactly.
And we might have, and people say, we had this conversation. Well, you're 5 people. And 5 people can have a committee and make a huge difference. But that committee only focusing on one area, like one segment of a piece. Oh, it's a hot topic right now.
Right.
Trayvon Martin got killed. That was a hot topic. And people gonna look at it like, you just saying it's a hot topic. Let's be real. It's a hot topic that everybody want to talk about to try to change, but then it gets quiet until the next event happens.
Exactly.
And go
and
ahead.
his I'll say his murderer is out here free.
So when you look at protesting, is that really being a voice to be heard, or is it just more so the media can have more to talk about us? Like, is there something more than a protest that we can do other than just being on the media saying that we are blocking the highway off?
So first and foremost, they're only going to talk about what they want people to know. So they might, if we make it a big enough deal, they have to talk about it. But everything that's put out by the media is controlled, and once if it's a hot topic, you have to talk about it. But then you only have to talk about a specific part of it. So let's just say we protest and we doing this and that. They might publicize that part of it. But if we're actually are doing the actions behind it to change it, that part's not going to be publicized. That's not going to be in the media because they don't want the world to know that we're actually trying to do something about it, because we might actually get other people involved and actually get some real change to whatever topic that is. But they're going to talk about if we doing something reckless, if we being wild, destroying stuff, protesting. Of course they're going to talk about that part, but they won't talk about the positive. So, okay, first and foremost, he said he's still heavy Jesus and he can change all things.
Well, based on economics, y'all know I like my numbers, I like facts. They said that the black dollar is worth 1.3 trillion.
Ooh, wow. I didn't even know that.
1.3 trillion.
Sorry, I'm still not sure about that.
Oh man, Siri is against us. Boy, talking about Big Brother. But I think that's true. That probably is true. I believe it. The black dollar is definitely one of the most important things in the country. The black culture is one of the most important things in the country, in the world. Excuse me. The black culture has been monetized by people outside of the black culture. It's ridiculous, to be honest. And that's a whole nother rabbit hole we can go down. But what we have to do, and I see a lot of people, they are putting actions behind it, is doing everything black owned. I do watch another podcast, and they always have people on there. They shout out and bring on there, and they were talking about how they're trying to create all black owned social media so we can get off all these other people's social media and only be on black people stuff, so you can do what you want to do for the culture and it'll benefit our culture. So just I know it's hard, but doing everything black owned is definitely something that can be done. It's a little difficult, but I think Killer Mike, he had his show about it, but that was a couple years ago. Now I think there's a lot more resources out there that can help us do that. So, okay, King Gate, I ain't even going to address that comment. So I think it can be done, but then also on the other hand, we have to step up to expectations. We have to be, as a black business owner, you have to be professional. You have to have etiquette. You have to have great customer service, because you know how we do. We be like, oh, I tried black owned. The first experience I had was horrible. They'll never do it again. We don't give our people that many chances to mess up. We usually only give them once. They mess up, it's a wrap. Especially if it's the first opportunity. That what's that? Ooh, I can't think of the name. But when you first your first experience with anything is everlasting, because you always going to remember that first experience. Yeah, the black community needs to be united. We talked early on about holding the customer and the business to a standard. That is a fact. We did mention that in a previous episode, but we definitely need to hold ourselves to a certain standard. And as a black business owner, you have to hold yourself to a standard, or hopefully you have somebody on your team who's going to hold you to that standard. And we don't need all yes men around us as well. But that's a whole nother episode there. Customers expect discounts and their ass kissed, and some businesses don't conduct themselves appropriately. Yeah, that's a fact. And I'm glad you brought that up. And as a black customer, do not go to the black business owner, be like, come on, bro, you cut me a deal and this and that. You don't go to the other businesses and ask them to cut you a deal. If they have a sale, if they have a discount, cool, use it. If they don't, purchase the services at whatever price they have it set as. Period, man. Stop trying to cut corners and do all that with our people. But when you go to the other man, you ain't asking all that. So we definitely have to keep that up, man. Keep the expectations up for on both sides.
I think people could take this how they want to take it, but as in the black community, we are financially selfish. And that's why we not growing. And that's why we just don't talk about it, be about it. We're not being about it because we financially selfish. And I'm gonna give you examples of why. I'm in the NFL for the last 6 years. I done probably made about 30 million plus endorsements, right?
Right.
Depending on your stature. So you telling me that you can't take a knee to make a difference? To make a difference, you can't take a knee. You made millions and millions of dollars, but you got to get yours. Or the rookie that just came in, no, nigga, I made it now. I gotta do me. Because if I take a knee, I'm done. You got these people that we supposed to look at, that our children look up to, and have platforms, but the dollar controls our mind more than the difference that we can really make.
Okay, so I'm gonna do a little pushback on the rookie. On the rookie, they haven't really made it yet.
Fuck them. That ain't my problem because I'm selfish like them.
No, but
I gotta get mine.
I'm putting more on the superstars. I'm putting more on the superstars and the people that are known, the people that's been there for years. You got to stand up. Period. Point blank. I'm putting it on. You can name whatever black superstar you want to. Those are the people who should be on the forefront, and then they need to get other people of other races to join us, especially quarterbacks, because quarterback is the quote unquote most important position. That's who needs to be on the forefront, black and white. Period. Point blank.
But the dollar still controls the whole outcome.
Because they blow their money.
They lose that next check and they back in the hood, bro. Yeah.
That's a fact. Some definitely do blow their money.
Now, I won't take away from some of the community leaders that's out there, but I feel like it's just a handful of them and a large number of us that's not doing absolutely nothing.
Yeah,
absolutely trash. And it's just too much talk. And we listen to the songs, we make a post, and we see Jay-Z a billionaire, we see Rihanna a billionaire, we see Kanye a billionaire, we had all this stuff. It's just like it's a lot, man. And it's just like, why we see that and Jay-Z has a song, he telling you what we doing, but we not following suit. But then we got to stop looking up to these celebrities. On the other hand, I will say, I'll contradict what I just said. We do got to stop looking up to these celebrities to do stuff for us, because at the end of the day, it goes back to being financially selfish. They worried about what they gonna do and get theirs.
Right. Yeah, of course. I mean, they have a whole different lifestyle, and things have changed in their lives, so they're going to think differently. But you just hope that they stand up for us, because they have a bigger voice in the world. They have a bigger platform, so we hope that they stand up for us. But if they don't, we have to still do our part as well.
But having a black-owned business, is that the only avenue that we can do in order to make change? Because somebody got to flip them burgers. Somebody got to make my taco at Taco Bell. I mean, like, if everyone have a black-owned business, where do we be? Where do we grow?
It depends on what you like to do. It depends on your passion. So if you are, let's just say you like organizing events. All right, bet. So what you can do is in your community, organize events that's for us, benefit us, that's for the cause. That's what you can do if it's with your alderman, if it's with anybody in the uh, community platform or whatever, the mayor, whoever it is, any public platform, they can do that.
Yeah, I still think it's not enough. I think the resources that we bring in the community still isn't enough. I think because when we bring the resources in, we still don't own none of that. That's on those blocks. That's on those corners. That's flowing the money in. We're gonna bring the resources in. We spending the money for outside resources. You following me? So if you
Yeah.
go, so your corner store is doing something for the block, but he ain't black. He might be Jewish, so we go in his corner store, we buy, but that money doesn't go back in the community. That money goes to another
Yeah.
community.
Oh
So
yeah.
when we talk about our resources and the lack of our resources, how do we own a corner store? How do we own those properties on that block to avoid gentrification? How do we make sure that our streets is clean, regardless if you live in a hood or not? Doesn't mean you have to have a bunch of trash. And how do we make it presentable so that way the people that don't look like us can really we can really like benefit off of that?
Right. So that to that point, that's more about education, which goes back to the lack of resources we have.
So
So
so at some point, when do we stop saying lack of education? You can have a million niggas right now go on Facebook and tell you everything that needs to be done, and niggas still don't do it. They talking
right.
about it. We've been talking about it. So we not lacking education. We lacking something more than just education.
Yeah, that's also your will to do it. It's your discipline to do it. It's
You
the
telling me
fight to do it.
if it's 13% of Black Americans in America, you telling me that almost close to 13% lacks will? Something's missing. There's a gap missing that
Well,
we're progressing, but we're not progressing at the speed that we should be progressing. Not speed, but at we should be progressing a lot more than we are right now.
right. Okay, so that also goes back to what we kind of discussed before with we were already from the jump, we years behind. And then they mind fucked us with slavery. Period, point blank. They everything is to attack your mind. Um, they with the Jim Crow laws, with the civil rights, all of that. So I mean, that goes way back into why we don't do certain things. But somebody has to break it. Now every person is different. Every person's motivation is different.
Yeah.
You just
So now I challenge that. We
right.
generations and generations now from Jim Crow. And don't get me wrong, the years
Eh,
it ain't that far long,
no,
but
it ain't that long ago.
you and I know, our parents know. Now it might stop at great, our granny, grandpa, but we got two. Now we're going into the third, fourth generations, and we still talking about the same thing.
Right, but okay. So
You
for
telling me that Jim Crow? I'm just challenging all this. So you telling me that Jim Crow right now is still in my head?
no, I'm not saying it's in your head, but
You telling me all the things
the
in our mouths
education
is still
system.
Jim Crow?
No, it's just it's how you were raised, it's the mentality, it's the education system, all in one. Everything that we've been taught, everything that you have experienced, everything that you have seen, everything that you have learned, can all go towards it. So it's many factors that go into that, but like it's up to each person if they want to push forward. Everybody don't want to push forward. Some people want to depend on the system. Some people just want to sit on their ass. Some people want to be lazy and this and that. So
I mean, I get people want to, people want to be lazy, but then you saying it's a lot of lazy motherfuckers. Then yeah, a lot of lazy niggas. Then that's what you telling me, because a lot of them lazy folks ain't trying to make a change or make a difference. We just talking about it, like we haven't, and it's always good. I mean, it's always good to sit there and have a discussion. We can talk about it, and it's always good to really talk about the economics of the Black community. But when we're talking about the Black community, we're talking about those economics. We really have to sit down and start talking with one another about what's our next move. And that's why I always have that group. I have that group that I have in the thing, and I try to get us to really push and talk about what's our next move, what's our next option. And all right, if you're doing stocks or somebody else is doing business stuff, what do we need to do? I'm trying to build something and have our own circle, and that way we can grow that circle and we can continue to build up to that. So that way we have the next option, the next option to really grow it, and we can build and help with the economics and help with building up maybe some houses. And if we can't do houses, we can go into doing Toro and having our own business stuff. But at some point, even when we talk in our group, you can still feel that it's a holdback from information, because somebody might have put more money in than the next person. Instead of saying, all right, I put money in this and I know that y'all ain't got it right now, but it's gonna do, which one of our people do. He like, hey, I put this amount of money in and I know that it's worth X, Y, and Z, but I'm gonna give it to you anyway because I want to see you grow. I want to see you succeed, and that's how we need it to be. But it seemed like when we sit at these tables in these Black communities, like this dude right here, he know what to do, but he don't want to tell the next man. And then this next man like, well, shit, he gonna tell me that I'm gonna get mine, and I ain't gonna tell him. And now you got one click with another click and another click, and it's like, damn. Then it leads to another thing. Instead of saying, man, I made 10 bands, bro. Can you get 10 bands? Yeah, how you get it? Let me show you. All right, now we got 20. Let's buy a couple properties. I got a dude right now in Toledo. They got hella properties. We can call him right now and be like, hey, can you give me X, Y, and Z? He can get you 6-7 properties for like 50,000 or under. And we can go in there right now and buy a bunch of properties, or we could do lease options and end up being complete homeowners. There's ways to do it, but we don't have enough people that are really willing to sit down and sacrifice and have that will, like you said, that will, and educate one another to say, the time is now, the time is to change. Let's really do this shit. Because I would be willing to sit down and be like, let me get 10 bands. Give me a few months. Boom. Here go 10 bands. You got your 10 bands. Boom. All right, let's put it down. Let's sit down with our LLC. Let's talk about it. Let's get that business credit. But we don't have enough people that's ready to do it.
You're right. So that's the crabs in the barrel, man. And then that goes back to the divide and conquer, man. That's what that is. And I'm glad you brought that up, because literally in this one group, I'm gonna add you to it. They dude just said the other day, he said, everybody 10 bands by March, and we in there big with a big real estate development. He said he got something big. He said everybody get 10 bands.
And it can make a big difference.
Yup, there's a whole lot of us in that group. So I don't know if you're in it. I'm gonna add you to it though.
You got here in Nashville, shout out to them brothers here in Nashville. They own Slim and Huskies. They started with one on Jefferson Street, which is in a Black community. And then right across the street, you got Willie B's, Black owned. Right next door, you got Minerva, Black owned. On the other side, you got a clothing store, Black owned. And they trying to gentrify, but all the Black people buying up all that whole, well, not Jefferson, Buchanan, buying up all Buchanan Street, buying it up. But the guys that own Slim and Huskies opened one in downtown Nashville. They got it over at down the street from me. They got it in Atlanta now. And then they was the first Black owned to have it right there on Broadway, where all the white folks shop and party at in Nashville. And it's 4 guys putting their money together. And they're opening up a lounge in September on Buchanan, another business up there. It's gonna be like a wine and cocktail place. Lit. That's the type of stuff we need. Those are the type of leaders that we need. We need more of it. They're not just talking about it. Matter of fact, they're not even talking about it. They just doing it. Like they sat down, they had a plan, and they said they didn't look back. And I feel like more communities got to continue to be like that. And there's probably so many people that are doing it, but not getting the recognition that they need. But what's killing us is that we're not owning enough land, and we're not talking about buying the land, buying the property, having the assets. I know you remember the dude down in Houston that owned the damn lot right across the street from Woodrow's, whatever it was, and he just got that parking lot right there where Walgreens is, and he makes about $1 million just off a dang on parking lot.
Man, what? Yeah, I definitely remember that. Boy,
So we have assets like that. That's the assets. Like we have assets. We put on somebody else with assets. But the thing is, we are trying to get ours, and everybody can eat. But man, I don't want it where I know the game, and then I'm charging a next black person $20,000 just so I can teach them the game. Don't get me wrong, I got to get mine. But damn, like you gonna charge me that much in order for you to teach me the game?
Right.
20 bands for me to learn the game?
For you to learn, and then you need another 50 just to do what he just taught you.
Right. So it's just when we brought up this topic and we was talking about don't talk about it, be about it. It's not about dissing anybody that may protest. It ain't about dissing about people getting killed and we're not doing it. It's not about that. It's about like, let's start being more be about it. Like I'm willing to start a group. Let's talk. I'm willing to sit down. Let's talk. I got businesses right now that we building up. I'm partnering with people. I'm trying to connect. And right now I'm jumping out there on faith to say, all right, let's make a difference. I'm contacting my boys saying, hey, what are you doing, man? All right. I just asked her the other day, what business you want to do? We may not have all the money right now, but hey, let's be real. Hey, what you want to do? Let's look at it in 6 months, 7 months. All right, boom. Let's put some money into it. And that's the only way we're going to be able to build each other up. Assets. Having money that's for our next kids. And then we sit down, get our kids debit cards, or my wife was talking about getting them instead of getting them a whole $10 bill, give them all ones and some change and teach them how to count the dollar and value it more, and then start putting money into their bank themselves, putting it on a debit card themselves, or teaching them their whole banking system. So that way the kids, when they get older, they know, because everything isn't about college. I don't even know if I want my kids to go to college. Education is key, but there are other ways now. What I know now, there's so many other ways to educate your kids than college. Now, the $80,000 for a 4-year degree to teach you just how to do a piece of paper. I went to school for social work to learn terminology to do my work. Now, if you're trying to be a doctor, that's different. But some things you just don't need a 4-year degree. You can teach these kids how to build wealth without it and just be fine. You can have your kids at a 750 by the time they're 18 and start having to buy assets early. We have to start training our minds and training our thought system, our thinking system, to be prepared for the future, because sometimes it's just too far long. We wait until we 33, 34, 35 to be like, all right, hey, it's time for me to make a change. When we could have taught our children, or our parents could have taught us at 14, 15, 16, and when we 18, 19, 20, 21, we already set. But we're not having community meetings about that. We're not saying, all right, let's have a committee, and then every month let me just drop my kid off at the Boys and Girls Club and leave them there all day to play, or let them just kick them outside and let them play all day. But instead, we can be like, hey, neighbor, our kids hanging out together. Let's sit down and talk about how we can teach our kids. You could take 1 hour out the week and be like, hey, let's do this. Let's do X, Y, and Z. Let's build off of that. School ain't necessary. School ain't necessary, especially now. Information is everywhere. You correct. If I was making the money I want to make, my kids probably wouldn't even go to school. I'll probably have somebody to teach them the game at home. But I do believe in social skills, interacting, all that stuff. So I do believe in that. But I do like, hey, shoot, I'll pick and choose when I go to school. How you gonna tell me that my kid gotta go to school? You know what I'm saying? Who are you? But I know I'm going on like a whole rant, but this is serious. Like, and I don't think people be hearing us, man. Like, we talking about it, let's be about it. And I think we've been about it. We've been doing it. Like, hey, it ain't we're not making moves like we want tomorrow, but I guarantee next summer we might have this conversation about where you at. Shit, I don't even work no more. I got a good friend of mine, shout out to Kales in Toledo, Ohio. Worked hard these last 5 years in the real estate game, and he finally quit his 9 to 5. Now he full go. And his wife is right behind him. And then I text him like, hey, I'm already doing some businesses, but I want to add to my portfolio. And he said, just let me know. Just like that. He ain't say, hey, I need money. I need 15,000. I need 20,000. No. He said, hey, I'm getting mine. So I'll teach you so you can get on too. So we can go. His response was, we can go on trips. That's what he looking for. Shit. We can text, go on a trip and just kick it. That's how it's supposed to be. So the next man get on top. Pretty sure Jay-Z ain't tell Kanye, hey, give me $1 million right now and I'm gonna put you on game. No, they figuring that shit out. They figuring how to get into these businesses. So if y'all down for that and y'all really want to do this, man, y'all can get at me, Marcel Rivers 21 on all platforms. We can talk about it. We can be about it. I don't want to just talk about it. I just want to be about it. Let's be about it. Come on with a plan. Come on a budget plan. Let's make it work. So enough of that piece. I already know you with it. Let's get it. But don't talk about it. Be about it. Let's talk about. I got something to say, man. Y'all know me. I got something to say. Hey, yeah. Do my little song. So make sure you all are being safe out there. They got the new Delta variant. It's going around. Schools are opening up, and it's a big argument between having the mask, not the mask, having the mask, not the mask. At the end of the day, the kids aren't even complaining. It's us. It's us. The adults are going back and forth about a kid wearing a mask. I sat down with my children. I said, hey, this is going on. Y'all wear masks. They all said, okay. They have no problem wearing a mask. I think it's the adults they feel like it's being controlled. It's just crazy. So just make sure you all, protect yourselves. If you want to take the vaccine, take it. If you don't want to take the vaccine, don't take it. The choice is yours. We're all human. You have the choice. But be smart. I know usually when I got something to say, I'll be talking shit. But right now, this is serious. Like, people are really getting sick. People are really dying. These numbers are increasing. And we really, really, really got to pick it up. Yeah, it might be some politics behind it. Yeah, it might be some other stuff going on. And you just got to be smart. You're right. Just be smart. Like, make your best judgment. If you feel like you don't feel comfortable in there, don't go. Me, I'm going to do me. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to do me. Me and my wife, we talked about the vaccine. We decided that we were going ahead and got our shot. And we said no at first, but now it's not about me and her. We got 3 kids that we got to think about. So before they talk about our 9-year-old and 4-year-old and 7-year-old or whatever got to take a vaccine, we want to be the ones to say if it's safe or not. So if we get sick or we die or whatever that happens with the damn vaccine, at least we know that them damn kids ain't taking shit. So we took our risk. We did it. But all else, everybody be smart. Make your decision. If you want to do it, do it. If you don't, you don't. It's your choice. It's your choice. Don't be pounding on the next person about the vaccine or not. And with your kids, just be smart. I don't think the kids are the problem. It's the adults. It's the adults. So.
That's a fact. Hashtag we outside. But that's why. But I was just talking to somebody. I said we're gonna be in 10 years, we're gonna have them commercials.
Correct.
If you taking the vaccine 10 years ago, you're due for a settlement. It's gonna be either that or we're gonna be zombies. Oh Lord. Right. Walking Dead. But I don't know, man. The more and more I learn about it, the more I'm like, man, there's something behind it, man. Because they're offering too much to people to take it. Like my job is like, we'll give you $50 of the bucks of the dollars to use on campus, and they doing a drawing to pay for your parking for the whole year. Like, I'm like, what? Like they offering up everything. It's other people's jobs that's like, we're gonna offer you free this and free that and free lunch and all that to take it if you haven't taken it already. I'm like, they offering a little bit too much, man. It's making me worried that I got it.
I don't think every job is sitting on the same board about the vaccine, though. So it's kind of like it. Yeah, it does seem like a lot, but I guess I can see the point where they say you don't understand it until it hits your home, and 600,000 people. That means it done hit a lot of homes, and I know people right now that I personally know are really sick right now, and it's just I guess you really want to take the right steps. And these masks, I mean, these masks really ain't doing it. Yeah, New York is so crowded though, man. I feel like
New York is
had to make a decision there. Like it is just too packed there.
It's too many people. Way too many people in New York.
What they did and what they went through last year is kind of like,
yeah, they're not trying to go through that again for sure.
Something has to give, and I see both sides. It's like, man, you taking away my rights. I get it, but on the other side, it's kind of like you want the school open, you want your kids to go to school, y'all want to go out to eat, y'all want to do this, y'all want to do that, but y'all not taking the proper steps yourself. The only reason why they told everybody to wear masks last year is kind of like training our mind to say, wear a mask, and then take the policy away and say, it's your choice to do it. But when the numbers go back up, it's just going to show that people aren't being smart. But sometimes,
yeah.
Well, there are things going on in those other countries, and they do talk about it. But at the end of the day, that's not our problem. New York got to worry about New York. The only time we worry about other countries is when we want to go take their oil or take their money or something. That's the only time we care about other countries.
I need that oil, like Dave Chappelle. I need that oil.
I need that oil.
So I agree with. It's like something does have to give on one side or another. Now, one thing that I do find interesting was what Charlemagne the God said. He was like, look, he's not against or opposed to anything. He just, and I know it's a lot of people that agree with him, he's just waiting until it is fully FDA approved before he gets the vaccine. So I was like, okay, I get it. Even though something being FDA approved doesn't always mean that it's 100% legit, because they have approved some things. You like, what the hell? But I don't know, man. It's just being safe. I'm down here in Texas, so our governor. He was mask free, and like when I be working events doing security, bro, like just the UFC event this past Saturday, it was literally I was the outcast with a mask on. Like I felt like the outcast because it was literally a whole stadium full of people with no mask on. And speaking of, the governor was actually in the building. I wanted to say something to him, but I was like, no, let me chill out. But yeah, man, he was actually in the building. But the funny thing is, he had his mask on, but some of the people that was with him, he did not have a mask on because that's his thing. But some of his people did have masks on, which was interesting. So I'm gonna leave it at that. But hey, I've never taken a flu shot. Never, ever, ever. Never, ever, ever.
I've never taken a flu shot. But I will give you a little funny thing though. So when we went to go get our shot, man, dang, I went in there. We went in with Autumn and Danielle went in there and went to the clinic. And Danielle got her shot, and it kind of burned a little bit, and she was like, "Woo!" And Danielle, she don't mind needles. Me, I don't fuck with them needles. I don't do that shit. Like, no. So when she did that, man, you ain't never seen a nigga run so fast up out of there, man. I said, "All right, y'all, I'm out." I left. And Autumn pretty much told me, like, "Daddy, quit being a punk and get your shot." My 4-year-old told me, "Quit being a punk, Daddy, and handle your business."
Quit being the pizzon punk.
So we got it done, man.
Right.
I've been feeling kind of like down today, but they said it's part of the symptoms and it'll be good. But yeah, man. Hey, if y'all haven't seen at the bottom, shout out to New Millennial Culture Network for sponsoring this show. If you haven't, show us the money.
Give us the money.
Give us the money. Give us the money.
Right.
You can contact us at New Millennial Culture Network at gmail.com if you want to be on the show, interviews. If you want to have your own show, we take people in.
Hey.
Visit our website.
Mm-hmm.
You can cash app us, money in NMC Network or PayPal, New Millennial Culture. And we definitely appreciate everybody for tuning in. And that's what we do.
That is a fact, man. Hey, we got 4 shows on. I'm sorry, it's 5, including this podcast on the NMC Network, man. We started with just this one podcast. Now we got 5 shows on the network. Holla at us, support us. We're trying to bring y'all more content, more shows, have a variety of things, man. Like, hey, Monday, married as fuck. Tuesday, I got something to say. Wednesday, I got mine, Her Talk Sports. Thursday, we here right now with the podcast. And then after this one, we got another show coming on later. Esau Speaks, #Big Speaker. You know what I'm saying? She coming on after this. So, hey, y'all stay tuned in, man.
Hey, y'all know where we at. All social media platforms, NMC Network, IG, and Twitter. Get at us on Facebook and YouTube. Like, subscribe, share,
comment,
tell your friends.
Hit the notification button.
Let's talk.
Let's cook it up. Cook it up. Pull up and cook up, fool. Yeah.
Do it. Thank you for tuning in.
Yes, sir. Hey, man. Hey, that's what's up.
Let's do it, man. Hey, if we ain't got nothing else, man, hurt. Oh.
Uh-oh.
In the words of Mr. Two Snacks. Drop the beat.
Thank you to all our listeners. Make sure you check out our social media platforms and our website. Follow, like, comment, subscribe, and hit the notification bell to stay updated with us. Please send us questions or topics that you would like to hear discussed. We'll see you next week. Peace.